It's fair to say Kevin Hart's car collection is growing almost as quickly as his career. In the past few months alone, he's just purchased a fully revamped 1970 Dodge Charger. But he's got over 20 other cars sitting in his garage and they've all got something special about them. Let's take a look at some of Kevin's favourite cars and what they mean to the all-star comedian. So, about that 1970 Dodge Charger. This is not your average vintage car. Its engine is called the Helephant for a good reason. While other 1970 Dodge Chargers can reach an impressive 375 horsepower, this beast of an engine has an output of 1,000 horsepower. It also has an exposed carbon fibre body. Carbon fibre is extremely light and can be up to 10 times stronger than steel. And it doesn't hurt that it looks great too. But it's not cheap. Nothing about this car is cheap. The engine itself costs about $30,000. Let's see what else he's got. How about his Ferrari 488 GTB? It's rated at 661 horsepower, has a 3.9 V8 twin-turbo engine, and can go from 0 to 100 in about 6 seconds. You know, for those times when you're really in a hurry. Priced at around $250,000, Kevin's Black Beast packs a punch. Not just in performance, but visually too. I mean, come on, just look at it. Next up, we've got another vintage car, the 1966 Pontiac GTO. Now, unlike the supercharged 1970 Dodge Charger, the Pontiac has 360 horsepower, but this classic convertible is more about style than strength. And as with most of his cars, Kevin apparently can't leave this one alone. After doing some extensive restoration, he fitted it out with custom Ford Bronco wheels. Just look at them. And Kevin also seems to have a soft spot for off-road style. First, we've got his big boy, as Kevin fondly calls it. This was a gift he received after his What Now tour back in 2016. And as if the original wasn't good enough, Kevin put in some serious work fitting it out with Angry Bird grills and giving it an all-black look. Then we've got his 1977 Ford Bronco. It's unclear how much time the comedian actually spends getting his axles dirty, but it's a beauty nevertheless. And of course, we can't forget Eleanor, Kevin's 1967 Mustang. The original version of this car has 355 horsepower and can go from 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. But after putting in 2 years of work on this car, it's a sure bet that Kevin's taken it to the next level. Whilst we don't know the specific details of exactly what was upgraded, what we do know is he's replaced the manual transmission with automatic. And did I mention he has not one but 2 Ferraris? We already looked at the 488 GTB, his other one is the 458 Spider, aptly known as White Lightning. This aerodynamic piece of machinery can reach speeds of nearly 200 miles an hour. It's clear that Kevin's love of cars seems to run pretty deep. And it's not exactly like you need a special reason to love fast cars, but for Kevin, who grew up poor, it must feel extra special sitting behind the wheel of one of these babies. Growing up in Philadelphia, Kevin was raised by a single mother in a one-bedroom apartment. Space was so limited that he slept in a bunk bed that he shared with his mum and brother. His father was addicted to drugs, and with the very little money that they had to go around, you can be pretty sure that Kevin Hart knows what it means to work for your success. Maybe that explains why he has such a positive attitude. Nothing seems to get this guy down. Not even a car crash. In September 2019, Kevin was riding as passenger in the back of his brand new 1970 Plymouth Barracuda, which he'd actually just bought for his 40th birthday. It was night, and his friend was driving along Malibu Highway. Kevin and his friend's wife were passengers. All of a sudden, the friend accelerated recklessly and ran the car into a ditch, slamming into a tree at high speed. The scary thing was, no one was wearing seatbelts. Thankfully, although everyone survived, Kevin was nearly paralysed and had to endure a grueling rehabilitation process. This was an ordeal that made the already unflappable Kevin Hart even stronger.
I'm smiling because I have no reason to be angry because I don't have to be here.
The car itself was totaled, but in case you're curious, this is what it looked like. It really was a truly special car that was only sold for a couple of years in the early 1970s. And of course, Kevin, true to form, had it completely redone from top to bottom. Dubbed the Menace, this Cuda had an impressive 720 horsepower, high performance wheels, and a brand new interior. How much did the car cost him? Well, the car typically sells for about $74,000, but with all the modifications added on, the price tag was likely in the hundreds of thousands. But hey, At least everyone in the car was okay. Now, we already looked at the big boy Jeep that Kevin was given back in 2016, but he's also been known to give away cars. For example, at the end of Kevin's highly successful Irresponsible tour back in 2018, estimated to have earned him over $30 million, he showed his appreciation to each member of his comedy crew, known as the Plastic Cup Boys, by buying each of them a brand new muscle car. Talk about looking after your friends. The truth is, the Plastic Cup Boys are more than just a comedy crew. Kevin sees them more like brothers. And just like any good family, Kevin's carved out more time out of his busy schedule to hang out with them by making sure that they're part of his TV show, Kevin Hart's Muscle Car Crew. The show combines Kevin's love for cars with his love for his friends, turning his garage into his new hangout spot. And of course, given how in each episode they visit classic car shows and talk with collectors who have invested much of their lives restoring old gems to their former glory, the whole show seems like the perfect fit for car enthusiast Kevin Hart. And with Kevin being around all these great cars, the only real question is, what will be next for Kevin's car collection? Now look, cars are great, but what would you do if you owned your own island? You realise it's easier than you think, right? Check out this video on screen now to discover 8 private islands that cost less than a house. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing for lots more videos. Thanks for watching, I'll catch you on the next video.